Some dogs spin in circles chasing their tails, and it's hard to tell whether it's funny or something to worry about. The short answer is, it depends. Because dogs do this for different reasons, and they don't all mean the same thing. The first one, and the most harmless, is simply age. When a puppy is only a few weeks old, your dog doesn't really understand what that furry little thing moving behind them actually is. Your dog's brain is still connecting the dots between the different parts of their own body. Puppies go through an active exploration phase where they use their mouth and body to figure out the world around them, and that includes their own anatomy. So, if your puppy is only a few months old and keeps trying to catch their tail, chances are they're just playing with the one thing that's always right there. Most puppies grow out of it naturally. But there's a second reason that can carry into adulthood if it isn't handled well, and it has to do with something you may be doing without realizing it. Think about it. The first time your dog chased their tail, what did you do? You probably laughed, called your dog over, or gave them attention. And in that moment, without meaning to, you taught your dog a very clear lesson. When I do this, I get attention. According to the veterinarians at VCA animal hospitals, even scolding your dog for doing it can reinforce the behavior because any attention, positive or negative, is a reward for a dog that's looking for it. The result is that your dog starts using tail chasing as a way to get attention, and the more it works, the more often they do it. The solution isn't difficult, but it does require consistency. Every time your dog does it, ignore the behavior completely and only give them attention when they're calm. Now, in many cases, the problem isn't attention, but something much more basic: boredom. A dog that doesn't get enough physical exercise or mental stimulation builds up energy, and that energy has to go somewhere. Dogs that spend many hours alone or live in environments without enrichment can't develop repetitive behaviors like this to relieve boredom. If your dog only does it after being inactive for a while and stops the moment you start playing, this is almost certainly the reason. The answer is to give your dog more to do. Take your dog on longer walks, set up scent games, and offer puzzle toys. But sometimes the issue isn't mental at all, it's physical. A tail injury, fleas, intestinal parasites, or inflamed anal glands can make your dog focus intensely on that whole rear area. Your dog may try to lick it or bite it, and that means turning around to go after it. These physical causes are pretty common and often get overlooked because we assume it's just a quirky habit, not a real physical issue. The key to telling the difference is to look at the context. If the behavior showed up suddenly in an adult dog that had never done it before, or if it comes with intense licking or signs of discomfort, it's time to see the vet. And once you ruled all that out, you're left with the most serious possibility, the one that worries researchers the most: canine compulsive disorder. In 2012, Professor Hannes Lohi, a geneticist at the University of Helsinki, published the results of a study with 368 dogs from breeds known for tail chasing. What the study found was that almost half of those dogs also showed other compulsive behaviors, like circling or freezing in place, and that the tail chasing started between 3 and 6 months of age. The conclusion was that, at the brain level, compulsive tail chasing looks a lot like what happens in people with obsessive compulsive disorder. It's not play, it's not boredom, it's a mental loop your dog can't break out of on their own. So, how can you tell whether this is compulsive and not just a habit? Watch for these signs. Your dog does it every day, often for several minutes at a time. Your dog doesn't stop even if you distract them or call them. Your dog seems agitated or frustrated if you interrupt. Your dog has stopped doing things they used to enjoy, like eating, going for walks, or playing. In some cases, your dog even injures their tail. If you recognize several of those signs, this is no longer harmless behavior. You're dealing with a real problem that needs veterinary attention, and, in more serious cases, medication along with behavior work may be needed. The important thing is not to brush it off or assume your dog will just grow out of it. Now, I want to recommend the video on screen where I explain why dogs sometimes follow us everywhere. Tap the image to watch it.